The Voice America Talk Radio Network is the worldwide leader in live Internet talk radio. Visit voiceamerica.com. The views and ideas expressed on the following program are strictly those of the host or guests and do not necessarily reflect the views and ideas held by the Voice America Talk Radio Network, its staff, and management.
Do you feel beautiful? Do you look beautiful? Does one really affect the other? Welcome to Beauty Inside and Out with host Bonadeo. In our show, we'll help you uncover your true self and unleash beauty that you never knew existed in order to be at your best, both inside and out. Now, here is your host, Bonadeo.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Beauty Inside and Out. I am here today in hot, sunny Phoenix, Arizona, but not in the studio. I'm at a hotel doing some work with a client this weekend, and I tell you, the work is a little outside the beauty industry for me, but it's still in production, it's still in interviewing. What I hold dear to my heart is being able to be an effective communicator, and if it wasn't for technology issues, I'd have no issues at all. So we always hope for a perfect and seamless streaming event. So I'm going to be going Facebook Live here shortly when we get to our second segment. But I wanted to just chat a little bit about beauty. I just came off of a beauty show, and I'm always fascinated with what people perceive as new and interesting, what technology is stepping into the beauty market and being able to kind of fulfill a need for us or solve a problem that we've had for a really long time. And listen, I found one of those, and it's my guest today. Her name is Kathy Combs, and she's with Cezanne Hair. And this particular organization has mastered what we're going to consider, and that's our title of the show today, creating the perfect canvas for beautiful hair. So welcome, Kathy.
Hey, thank you very much. I'm glad to see you again.
Oh, nice to see you too. Now, your hair is the epitome. So for those of you that can see us live, we're going to be Facebook Live here shortly. You're going to be able to see how beautiful Kathy's hair is and glass-like. So I'm admiring it in every aspect here and every move that she's making. And, and I Kathy, I got to tell you, I was never a believer of being able to make my hair and the hair challenges that I have of having like kind of natural curly hair. I got really curly hair if I just let it dry naturally. I got kind of weak curly hair if I try to just do a little bit something with it. So I can't be in between. I have to really, go for that perfect curl set that I know is going to work for me, or I have to go through the whole stages of blowing it out, like which I did today. And I know that it's a struggle. It's a struggle for me, so it's got to be a struggle for a lot of people. And it can be very time consuming. So then I get frustrated by that. Like I think, oh, I got to get up and do my hair today. But I'm in beauty, so we got to do our hair today. So I want to, and I know that you've been in the beauty industry for a long time like I have. So first, before we get into your fabulous company and products and services that you offer, I want to find out a little bit about you.
Okay, sure. So as you know, I've been in the industry about 35 years and started as an apprentice here in the Seattle market. I am actually, you're in the hot area of the United States. I'm over here in Seattle, and it's finally raining again. So it's a perfect day. It's about 72, gorgeous.
Nice.
So I started here in Seattle. Yeah, it's beautiful. So I became an apprentice. And, the reason I became a hairdresser really is because I want to help women feel really great about themselves. And to feel good about yourself, I think you need to be healthy, eat the right foods, exercise, and have beautiful hair, beautiful makeup. So I got in the industry to be able to fulfill that. I really want to make people feel great about themselves. And I can do that by doing great hair and beautiful makeup. And so 35 years of really helping people feel great. And I love our industry. I wouldn't change it for the world.
I absolutely love our industry too. And I just reached, I think, 37 years in June. And it's weird. It's like, because you think about it, I kind of shifted. I tried to be creative with some of the things that I was doing. I tapped into other industry because I was always fascinated by the business model of corporations and leadership skills. But I never left beauty. And And you talk to anybody and they'll always say there's no reason to leave beauty when you're in beauty because it's such a fun industry and we're creative, genuine, loving, beautiful people in this industry. And I saw plenty of those last week at the big hair show in Las Vegas. And I found some really, really, really good new innovative products. And you're all going to hear more about that as we kind of progress on throughout the rest of the year, because they're going to be the invited guests on Beauty Inside and Out. And you notice I'm picking up on my new Southern accent now that I've moved to Atlanta. Y'all are going to hear more about that as we progress. Yeah, so I'm getting into that mode as well. But Kathy, one of the things that I know that when you start out as an apprentice in this industry, it's kind of like you're following a lead artist. You're just like as if you were going to go into, say, a very artistic world of painting and sculpting, you would have an idea and some design features of being able to say, oh, I can do this. I know I can do this. But there's always tricks of the trade that the seasoned artist has that, the new artist doesn't necessarily have. What was kind of one of your biggest learning curves in transitioning from an apprentice to the level you're at now?
Wow. I loved being an apprentice. I really did. I had a ball. It was for a major market leader account or salon here in Seattle. And they were so generous and they gave me so much of themselves that I came away with a lot of skill sets, not just about doing hair, but about how to work with a client and how to really extract what they wanted their image to be like, right? So I was really learning to communicate. So for me, one of the biggest changes from going from behind the chair to being a director of education was being able to take what I learned by communication and extracting what they wanted to know, and now be able to change that into extracting what a stylist needs to know and what they need to learn to be a better hairdresser, so that they also can find out from their client, what does their client want to know? What is the hairdresser needing to learn from me? What can I give to them to be able to be more successful? Because I want our beauty industry and our stylists to stay in our industry for a long time. There's a lot of opportunities here behind the chair, owning a salon, owning a suite, joining a distributor or even a manufacturer like what I've done. And it's been a glorious journey for me. And I've learned so much, and I hope I've impacted a few people along the way. I know I've trained quite a few people.
I'm sure you have. In 35 years, I'm sure you have impacted a lot of lives. And I love the idea that that we start out in one role in this industry and we grow into another. And I think that's one of the biggest opportunities that people don't see is, when you think of a career in beauty, a lot of people think that it is doing makeup or maybe doing hair. And those are very limited views to what beauty can be, because even though we both started out doing hair, now I'm like running my own company. I'm doing a radio show on beauty. You are teaching, as a director of education for Cezanne, you're teaching people how to be able to master that art of not just technical skill, but I love the way you pointed out communication skills as well. Because I think there's a fine line between what's more important in beauty.
Absolutely. And what I find exciting for me now on my personal journey is that being able to extract the information, being able to communicate and really understand what somebody wants has also allowed me to take this information from the stylist and saying, what do your clients need? What are they looking for? And how can my company, Cezanne, how can we create and how can we help you? What do you need to make your client's life easier, to be able to make your life easier in the salon, to make it healthier for you to stay in the industry?
Yeah, well, and I think healthy is another good point that you've made here, because there's a lot of things that we can do to our skin, our hair, our nails, and I think we have to really then question how much of it is healthy for us. What's too much, and not just healthy for us on the inside, but the integrity of our hair, our skin, our nails on the outside as well.
And that's exactly what we're hearing at Cezanne, is that the client who is interested in what we have to offer is the client that is health conscious about what they're putting in and on their body. They're looking for options. We see it all across the United States. The consumer has changed, right? Everyone's looking for items that will help them look beautiful, but healthy at the same time. So we're adding to our health and not detracting from it by using harmful chemicals or breathing in something that is going to harm us or maybe our neighbors, right?
Yes, yeah, and I think that we're we're taking we're taking advantage of the development of new products and the technology and the combination of mixing one thing to achieve a different result. But I don't think we're always taking into consideration our health at the end of the day. And it's one thing when a client comes in and, has a service done, say 4 to 6 weeks, 2 to 6 weeks even. But it's another thing when a hairdresser is performing those same services 10, 12 times a day. Are we also taking care of the health of our profession and our professionals as well? So I know that was one of the things that really was very exciting when you were sharing with me what Cezanne was all about, was that you really want the integrity of the hair to be a priority. So between the liquid lines, which we're going to talk about, the hair care products that for maintenance, and then also the service, which is really, I think, probably an incredibly exciting service. And I liked our conversation that we had recently because, just like anything, style changes, trends change. We went through this entire phase of, where hair had to be like stick straight. Now we're kind of into waves and motion and movement. And I think it's helping people find that balance for their hair so that it's easy and easeful for them to do, but it looks great, looks healthy, looks professional.
And that's such a great point, because for the longest time, what was considered fashionable or elegant was bone straight stick hair. And let's just be honest, in order to get most of our hair to look bone straight like that, you have to use a chemical. Something that is going to actually penetrate into the hair shaft and change the bonds permanently so that your hair stays bone straight, right? Mm-hmm. And now fashion, as you're saying, has progressed. And now it's not even so much about only having straight hair, because we like to have straight hair from time to time, but we want to have options, right? We're seeing curl. I'm sure everyone is hearing perms are coming back. Wave is coming back.
They are.
Yes. And to have beautiful, shiny hair, curly hair that's not frizzy is where we're moving in fashion today. So we see it everywhere. I see it on the streets. I love big, beautiful, bold curls. I adore that. But I know that consumer does not like the frizz, and they don't shampoo every day. So we need to be able to help them to manage and control their hair and love their curl.
And that, depending on where you live in the United States, like now I'm in a very humid environment, so my hair is completely different. And I found that products are completely different on my hair now living in this new environment. And I'm having to kind of switch things up a little bit. I struggle more with frizz and being able to kind of create that nice smooth finish. Here I'm in Arizona, got smooth hair today, loving it. But not so easy in a humid environment. So all of those things. And you know what I want more than anything? Because I really feel like I'm the ultimate beauty consumer at the end of the day. I want choices. I want diversity. I don't want to wear my hair exactly the same every day. And, you could look at my pictures over 10 years and you'd say, oh, well, there's a curl, there's a wave, and there's, kind of blowout, and then there's very straight. But I like those choices. If those are the only choices that I do, I want those choices all the time. No excuses for that. But I want it to be easy. And I know that, we know as hairdressers how to do our hair, but the consumers really struggle with how to be able to kind of create that ultimate finished look and have that canvas to work from.
And that's so true, because that's why the long straight hair became so popular. It was easy. You can jump out of the shower and away you go. But there was no options. Because to your point, we all want to have our hair change to what we're wearing that day. Right? And so with what Cezanne, for instance, the Cezanne smoothing treatment, you're able to wear your hair smooth one day. You can blow it out. It takes about half the amount of time as it normally would for you to do your hair. We're busy women. We don't have time to be way too busy. So maybe we wear it straight one day. And then the next day, perhaps, maybe we're going on a picnic or doing something fun for lunch, and we want to have a beachy wave or a fun curl. And you can do that now with the smoothing treatments that are available, because they don't break the bonds in the hair. The hair is still your hair. It's just healthier, shinier, stronger, so it holds a curl better if you want to wear your hair curly. So it's a
I
great
love
option.
that. I love that. Now, I know that you have a lot of experience working for manufacturers in the industry and doing hair. So tell us a little bit about, when working for somebody else and going into that product development, what were some of the key points that, you sit around as a research team or introducing new products to a market? What were the key points that these manufacturers always had conversations around?
If I'm understanding your question, it is what the conversations, how can we help our consumer, how can we help our stylists to get better? It comes down to, I'll be honest, how can we make the hair more beautiful, create the canvas that you're talking about, which is beautiful, shiny hair, so that the hair can continue to have multiple services. Because I don't know about you, but I get gray, and so I have gray coverage and color done about every 3 weeks on my hair, right? So I need products like everyone else that I can color my hair. I could perm it if I want to. I can smooth it if I want to, right? So how can we create the best possible treatment that's going to give us beautiful, shiny, healthy hair without damaging the hair so we can do multiple services?
Yes, that is the trick. And it's not because, we want to keep selling more and more to the client. We want to make their life more easeful. We want to make their hair more beautiful. We want them to feel amazing and confident with the look that they're wearing. And we know that, when they leave the salon after that particular service, a hairdresser can make it look flawless, but we want them to be able to achieve as close to flawless as they can at home, using the right products, using the right tools, getting the right services in the salon, and kind of keeping up and maintaining that. So, and I loved what you just shared in your commitment, like every 3 weeks. Like, I can't believe you have gray hair coming in, but every 3 weeks you're having to commit to keeping that look.
That's right. Do you remember your first perm?
Yes, I do.
I remember my first perm. To your point, is that all I had was just the front of my hair done. I wanted a Farrah Fawcett, so I thought I'd perm just right here. And my expectation was, right? My expectation was that I would come out and my hair would do this flippy thing. I had no idea that I had to blow it out. I'd have to curl it out, right? I had no idea. So, to be very honest and have conversations with our clients about what's going to happen when you get home. Yes, I can do it here for you, but I want you to be able to do it at home. So by having a smoothing treatment, which is what we're talking about, in the hair, it allows manageability. The client can go home, recreate their hair, right, with options. So it's not just straight every day. So they have that fashion option, the beauty, strength, shiny hair, fashion options.
Good. So we're going to be talking about, as we go into this next segment, what you call the Cezanne smoothing treatment. And we're going to tap into that quite a bit, because I really want our listeners to understand the difference between some of these services out there that are completely different in the way that they're formulated, in the way that they're applied, and in the results that you get in the end. So to be able to really, because people might think about it like smoothing treatment, it's, that's all the same. That's one category, but there's several different options in one category of what we consider smoothing. But also smoothing, to be able to say, like you said, to be able to still achieve the other variety that you want and have other services. Because a chemical treatment on top of a chemical treatment really sacrifices the hair.
It does. It absolutely does. And so we need to make sure that as professional stylists, that we are strengthening the hair so that the client's hair doesn't, start to break or get brittle, right?
Yeah.
We need to make sure that we're using the proper professional products in the salon, and then sending our clients home with the maintenance so they can make it easy when they get home.
Right. It's all about the easefulness, because that's what we use in order for our hair to look at its best. So we're kind of assuming that they need the same thing.
True, and they do.
It's true. So, all right. So stay with us, everybody, because we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, I just want to let everybody know, if you're listening to me live right now, that we are going to go onto Facebook Live on my Bonnie Bonadeo page. And we have some special incentives for some listeners today, and some people that are following us on Facebook Live, to be able to have you try Kathy's products here with the Cezanne company that she's representing. And we're going to talk about smoothing treatments, because I don't want anybody to think, I don't want my hair smooth now, I want my hair wavy. I want you to hear the technology behind what we call smoothing treatments, and how it can make your hair so amazing and easy to work with that you're probably never going to not be doing these treatments again. All right, so stay with us. We'll be right back. All clear?
All clear.
Thank you. All right, I'm going to go Facebook Live so we have a little bit of a minute here to prep that up. Hey, Rod, what's the trick on this? Because I'm on one computer here instead of like two doing this.
What do you mean?
Do I just shut it down? Once it says it goes live, do I just shut it down?
Yeah, the Facebook, yeah.
Okay, all right. Hang with me there, Kathy.
I'm good. Just guide me. I'm fine.
Okay, I'm just going to put the title in. There we are. Hi, everybody. We are live on Facebook. I have my guest, Kathy Combs, here from Cezanne with me, and we're going to be talking smoothing treatments and a whole lot more. And we also have some special incentives for us. So we're still on break right now with the radio show, but we're going to be live on air, live on audio, and live on Facebook right now. So stay with us here. We've just got another minute before we're going to start the show back again. Checking and checking.
Ten seconds.
Thank you.
All right, here we go.
You are listening to Beauty Inside and Out with Bonadeo. If you have a question or comment about our show, please send an email to Bonnie@BonnieBonadeo.com. That's Bonnie@BonnieBonadeo.com. Now back to Beauty Inside and Out.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Beauty Inside and Out. You know, what I love about beauty is all the new products, all the new technology, all the new opportunities, all the ways to make my life easier, because I always consider myself to be the ultimate beauty consumer. My guest today is Kathy Combs. She's the Director of Global Education for Cezanne. She has over 30 years experience in the professional salon industry, and her experience includes distribution, direct-to-salon sales, education, recruitment, leadership. And before joining Cezanne, Kathy had leadership roles at companies, very high-level companies that are very involved in beauty now, such as Unilever, Procter & Gamble, and then, of course, leading distributors across the U.S. that supported the growth of beauty industry professionals and consumers alike. So we want to hear, Kathy. First of all, we want to hear all about your 35 years of experience in this industry. Says you're an expert. And right now, you're an expert in being able to share with us a little bit more about Cezanne's product, which you call a smoothing treatment. And I want to be able to make sure my listeners understand that there are a couple different products out there. And if you could also help us define what it's not and what it is, so that people see the value and the opportunity for them to try it themselves. But a smoothing treatment, in a sense, can provide an amazing amount of manageability and support and shine to your hair so that it makes it beautiful and easeful to do.
Absolutely. And I'm glad you mentioned what it is and what it is not, because I like to make that very clear. Earlier, we were talking about relaxers. There's relaxers that actually go into the hair shaft, change the bonds permanently. And they use chemicals like thioglycolic acid, they use lye, and they can be very caustic and very damaging to the hair. And once you use these treatments or these relaxers, there's really no going back. I mean, you can't perm over these. The hair is straight, right? It is straight. And you don't want to overlap or have, one relaxer overlap onto another one, because there could be a lot of breakage. And so by using permanent straighteners and relaxers, the hair is straight. What a keratin smoothing treatment is a totally different animal. It is a treatment that is going to smooth the cuticle of the hair. Our treatment goes into the cortex of the hair to rebuild, strengthen, hydrate, nourish the inside of the hair. So we remove frizz. The hair is not bone straight, but we remove the frizz. You get the body, you get the movement in the hair with no chemicals. So this is more of a temporary type of a treatment. So we, Cezanne have treatments that last from 5 months up to like 6 weeks, just depending, right? And so you can have frizz-free hair that is stronger and healthier, especially and can resist humidity as well. So this is a smoothing treatment. So as we were talking a little bit earlier, you have options. Because we're not permanently changing the structure of the hair, you can wear it straight one day. You can wear it curly the next, right? Because it's about the options. It's not about breaking and damaging the hair.
So you're not altering the actual hair, but you are adding to the hair in order for it to have a straighter, more cleaner finish and shinier appearance.
Absolutely. And we were talking a little bit about different options and different types of treatments within the smoothing category. Some of the smoothing treatments that are available in the professional field, and we're talking professional treatments now, they do use a combination of different ingredients. And some of those ingredients, are very harmful because they're a form of formaldehyde. Now, formaldehyde can go into the hair shaft or onto the hair shaft, and it can help to make the hair shiny and beautiful as well. However, you're sacrificing a little bit of your health with that because the ingredient of formaldehyde, as you might have heard, is considered a carcinogenic or a known carcinogenic. And so let's be honest, formaldehyde is all around us in different percentages. Formaldehyde is used in wall boards, it's used in floor sealants because formaldehyde is a preservative and a sealant. And so it makes sense to use some kind of a formaldehyde base to seal down the cuticle of the hair. However,
that does make sense. Thank you.
Yeah, and that does, because it can be beautiful, it can be shiny, and you can see the natural texture of the hair through it. However, when you're smoothing and when you're using high heat in a salon environment using an iron, then it does release toxic gases. So the formaldehyde needs to have high temperatures in order to make this chemical change into being a toxic chemical. Right? Now, in this category, there are some treatments that flat out say, hey, yeah, we do use formaldehyde, right out there, and they say it. There are other treatments that use what's called an aldehyde, and it is a form of formaldehyde, right? So if you take formaldehyde, you suspend this formaldehyde gas in like an aqueous form or a liquid form, and so it changes its name from from formaldehyde to an aldehyde. And these chemicals or these aldehydes, they can be, I wrote them down because I can never say them straight, like formalin, formic aldehyde, methylene glycol, methylene aldehyde, methylene oxide. All these different technical names are all the same thing. It's all aldehydes that can be very harmful. Now, Cezanne is different because we have never had formaldehyde in our treatments, and we never will. Because we were talking about what was happening with technology is that Cezanne we've always been known to be using non-toxic formaldehyde-free ingredients. And so we use ingredients like aloe vera. Aloe vera is very moisturizing, it's very hydrating, right? We also use glycolic acid. Glycolic acid, we know, is generally used in high-end skincare. We use it to kind of soften the cuticle a little bit, to soften that hair so that the curl that you have will stay. It's just a little softer and easier to manage and easier to blow out, right? But we also use an incredible ingredient that is called Cezanne, which is a byproduct of silk protein. So imagine the silk sweater or the silk sheets and how beautiful and shiny and natural that looks. So we use Cezanne as kind of the cement or the building block within the hair shaft, because there is a key ingredient that's in all these treatments, and it's called keratin. And keratin strengthens the hair. So Cezanne and the Cezanne that we use has a high affinity to the keratin in the hair. So our treatment penetrates into the cortex of the hair and kind of binds itself to the keratin that's already in the hair. And so it binds itself and makes it shiny and stronger and easier to manage with no chemicals.
Okay, so if you've done things to your hair, whether it's chemically enhanced or whether it's just environmentally damaged, or you're not using good products to maintain its health along the way, then the hair kind of is like broken up on the inside. And so then that's why you don't get shine. That's why it never looks smooth. That's why it's very difficult to comb through, whether it's wet or dry. And of course, to be able to have a nice, clean finish is close to impossible on what we consider to be damaged hair. And this smoothing treatment from Cezanne is going to go in and kind of reform that hair, but not chemically, and give you the type of shine that you have. Because you have the most amazing shiny hair I've ever seen.
Thank you very much. Your hair looks pretty shiny too, I've got to tell you. It looks good.
I got some good lights on it. I moved all the lamps in the hotel room around to be able to get some good lighting going on here.
Yeah, it looks good. It looks really good. It's funny because what you're describing maybe to a consumer is that good old split ends, right?
Yes.
And we've always been told that in order to heal a split end, you got to cut them off, correct? Well, we can go in and we can help. We're not going to, completely get rid of the split ends, but we can help because the keratin and the Cezanne will bind together and they will help to form a seal, a really beautiful natural seal on the hair so that the hair can look really great at the ends and you can grow your hair longer. The nice thing is that the formulation that we use is what we call hydrophilic, and so it absorbs and attracts moisture. So it's not sealing the hair with a plastic coating or some kind of synthetic coating that moisture cannot get through. And so by using, more of a natural type of formula like Cezanne, the hair can look great. The nutrients that you need for your hair that comes through the different products are able to penetrate. So the hair gets stronger and healthier.
Oh, and I love that. Now, Kathy, guide us here a little bit to our consumers, our beauty consumers that are listening. If they wanted a smoothing treatment, like the Cezanne smoothing treatment, what would be, they could ask for that, of course, but what would be some of the things that why they would want it, and how would they ask for that in their salon? And to be careful that they may or may not be getting a chemically altering smoothing treatment.
Some of the words I would avoid right out of the gate would be straightener. You don't want to go in and ask your stylist, I want to have a straightener, or I want to have a relaxer. Just keep that out of your words. Don't even say it.
Yes, because those would be considered chemical treatments. And a good stylist will be able to have a great consultation with you to determine if that's really what you want. But if you ask for it, sometimes they deliver.
Yeah, that's it. You ask for straight hair, you're going to get straight hair.
Right.
Something else to think about is that many of the products in this category, if you're having to wait 2 or 3 days maybe before you shampoo your hair, that could be an indicator as well. Because if you're talking to your stylist and they say, hey, I'm going to do this treatment for you and it's going to take, you can't do anything to your hair for 5 days afterward, that means there's some kind of chemical in there. Something's happening. Something needs to be cured or something needs to set.
Like the Legally Blonde episode where you don't wash your hair after the perm.
That's
we
right.
all know that. That's a rule of thumb. Yeah.
That is it. That's an indicator. Because it's like with Cezanne, the moment the treatment's done, you can shampoo immediately. You can immediately color your hair. There's no restrictions. If you're talking to a stylist and they're telling you, hey, don't put your hair in a ponytail, don't put your hair behind your ears, don't wear a hat, that's an indicator again. There's something happening to the hair. So be careful with that. What you want to ask for really is more of a smoothing treatment, a defrizzer, something that's going to give me more control, but still allows me. It's control, manageability.
Yeah.
How can it make my life easier is what we want, right? With a smoothing treatment that doesn't have the chemicals, you're not going to get that line of demarcation. It's when you have hair color and, it starts to grow out, right? You get your natural color. And then you have the artificial color. That's a line of demarcation. And we want to avoid a line of demarcation, right?
With a relaxer or chemically enhanced straightener.
Because you will get that real frizzy kind of puffiness at the base here.
Right.
And then you'll have the nice straight hair, which is interesting and sometimes can be hard to work with.
How long does the Cezanne smoothing treatment last in normal, typical hair?
It depends. We have 4 different treatments. because we want to really be
let's
able to, yeah, we want the client to be able to choose how long they want the treatment to last. How long do they want smooth hair? Are they wanting to maybe tippy-toe into it? If they want to try it first, we have a treatment, it's called Instant, that you can spray in the hair as a professional service. It lasts 4 to 6 weeks. Then we have another one that lasts, 6 to 8. And then we have 2 treatments that last up to 5 months.
5 months. Oh, great. Now, and I want to clarify too that these are treatments that you would go into the salon and request from your professional stylist. And then, of course, any of the maintenance products to be able to maintain that is something that we'll talk about as well. But these are professional treatments that you can ask your stylist to be able to provide for you. So the Instant one is going to last a couple of weeks, but it's kind of like a try it on, see if you like it, and determine if it does help the frizziness and to be able to manage your hair a little bit more.
Yeah, it's perfect for someone who does want to try it, because I know from talking to a lot of people, there's a huge buzz about smoothing treatments because we love our curl, we just don't want that frizz. So if you're interested, that's something you can try. It takes about an hour, maybe 45 minutes in the salon, including a haircut, right? So you can try it. And it's great for men as well. It's fantastic if you have, I don't know about you, but I get a lot of curl right back here in the back.
I have the most annoying nape area back here, and then in my crown, because I have curly, straight kind of, so it separates, and I don't like the separation. It's very frustrating.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. So being able to manage that, is perfect. And so trying the Instant would be awesome, but also for the gals who get their hair blown out every week, right? You're going in every week, you're spending an hour getting your hair blown out. What if you would be able to reduce that blow drying time for to half an hour and be able to go to the blow dry bar, but also do hair at home? So that's kind of the Instant, but it's brilliant. It's just brilliant. Same main ingredients as the Cezanne Classic, just in a different kind of delivery form. It doesn't last as long.
Perfect. I love that one. So then there's the next step up.
And that's the Express. The Express lasts about 8 weeks, and it really helps to fortify the hair. So the Express takes a little longer in the salon to do. It takes about an hour and 15 minutes, a little longer.
Because you're applying it to all of the hair, like you would color in a sense, right?
Yes, exactly. Where the Instant, you're spraying it on. So it's a different delivery. With Express, it is definitely where you're applying it to the hair. It processes for 50 minutes, and then you rinse it out, blow dry it out, and iron. So that one's going to last a little bit longer. And then we have the Classic. The Classic has been with Cezanne. It's the original. It's our #1 brand, #1 SKU. And it lasts for about 5 months, up to 5 months, depending on the lifestyle of the person. I mean, if you're swimming every day, is it going to last that long? Probably not. But if you're shampooing once or twice a week and using the correct aftercare, it's going to last up to 5 months. And then, this is something that's really cool, and I have our beautiful blonde behind us. That is our new treatment called Ultimate Blonde. It is specifically for our blonde clients.
Oh, now are you saying blonde pre-lightened clients that are having chemical services done to be this blonde?
There you go. Because we were talking earlier that we want to be able to do multiple services, right?
Right.
So let's keep your hair healthy. And the Ultimate Blonde treatment lasts up to 5 months, but it has a blue-violet toner in the treatment. So when you're getting the treatment done in the salon, we can smooth and tone at the same time. I mean, the toning benefits, they don't last 5 months. No toner is going to last that long. But just having cooler, softer, beautiful, shiny hair when you're done and not have to have an additional color service that day is huge. Ultimate Blonde.
I love the idea of that. I'm very protective of my hair in multiple chemical services because I don't want to lose the integrity of it. So that's a fabulous one, and that's a more of a recent product that you've launched.
It's been, and we've had it out for about 6 months now.
Okay, perfect. Well, that's exciting. That's very exciting to hear, because now there's something that I think is a good fit for me to be able to manage my hair and have that shiny, I don't know, I know this probably is not the right word, but dense. Instead of it being kind of fuzzy and fly away, it's dense and manageable.
And that makes sense, yes, because the keratin is adding support. It's adding that, I don't want to say bulk either, but it's giving it more, like I said, density. It's like for blondes and split ends, it just makes it feel stronger. right?
Beautiful. Yes, good. Well, I love what you're sharing, and I think that our consumers will like it too, because I think they're looking for options to be able to say, I want something safe. I don't want to stop coloring my hair, but I want my hair manageable, and I want my hair to be able to be easeful to do. Easeful to do. This is the key word here, especially for us being such busy bodies anymore and doing multiple things in our lives between careers and family and community. I want my hair to, I don't want to wake up in the morning and be like, oh my gosh, I got to do my hair today. Yeah, I don't want that. So we're going to, go
I
ahead.
don't think any of us want to do that. It's too much. Our lives are way too busy. This is about a lifestyle.
Right, and I know how to do my hair, so I can't even imagine if, for the consumers out there that are not necessarily professional hairdressers like us, how do they manage that conversation in the morning when they're like, oh, crap, I got to do my hair. But you know what? We're going to take another break real quick. We're going to stay Facebook Live with you guys, so hang with us. And then, of course, we're also going to be able to share a very cool incentive that Cezanne is offering to some of our listeners today. So stay with us, and then we're going to talk a little bit more about the aftercare and the maintenance, how to be able to make sure that whether it's the instant treatment or the 5-month treatment, how to be able to manage and maintain our hair to its ultimate. All right, stay with us, everybody. I'm on Facebook Live, Bonadeo. Always go there. Hi, everybody on Facebook Live. Thanks for joining us.
All clear?
Thank you very much. Yeah, so we've got some incentives that we're going to be giving away here in this segment. So stay with us and ask questions. I'm paying attention to it right now on my phone. So if you have questions about this particular smoothing treatment, questions for Kathy, because she is the ultimate expert and professional here, and also even on anything in the Cezanne line, feel free to ask us those questions. We'll answer them while we still have this final segment to go, and we'll do some incentives in there. And then, of course, as always, you know that if you missed a part of this segment, you can listen to me anytime on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, Voice America, and I've got the player right on my own website, BonnieBonadeo.com. So, and if you're interested in being a guest as well, let me know. I've got some open spots at the end of the year this year to be able to have an opportunity for you to be a guest on the show as well. All right, Kathy, I'm excited about some offerings here. Yeah, let's see if we got any questions here on Facebook. We got lots of people following us. This is great. Hey, Amy, Joni Ray, Brad, Melvin, thanks for joining us, you guys. I'm assuming you guys are fans of Cezanne or fans of Kathy even here. We're excited to have you. Perfect. For Retin, I hope I'm saying that right. That's a very interesting name, though. Very good. Thanks for joining us. Listen, if you got any questions, we want to hear from you. And we're going to be back live here on audio, so just give me 2 seconds, because this is a live show that I do every week, Thursdays at 2 p.m. Pacific.
Sorry to interrupt. Here we go.
Thank you.
You are listening to Beauty Inside and Out with Bonnie Bonadeo. If you have a question or comment about our show, please send an email to Bonnie at BonnieBonadeo.com. That's Bonnie at BonnieBonadeo.com. Now back to Beauty Inside and Out.
So my guest today is Kathy Combs. She's with Cezanne, and we're talking smoothing treatments. And I met Kathy at a show and event. And one of the things that I always look for when I'm at shows and events is interesting products that I think consumers don't necessarily always hear about from their professional stylist. We have a habit sometimes of going in and going, yeah, I really like what you've been doing. Just keep doing that. And every now and then we can change it up a little bit. But there's so much new technology in beauty. There's so many new products that are out there. And so my job with Beauty Inside and Out is to find those unique products and then to be able to share them with the world and let the consumers, the beauty consumers know, the ultimate beauty consumers that I know you are, let you guys know what's available to you and how you ask for it and what are some of the results going to be. So Kathy, we talked smoothing treatment, and this is very different from relaxer and straightener. So smoothing treatment is going to enhance and add vitality and life, but control and manageability, where straighteners are chemically breaking down the hair, altering the hair, and potentially, making it more manageable for them, but not necessarily creating the opportunity for you to have multiple services like color and, other chemical services. So we kind of defined a little bit of that, but share with us anything else you want to in regards to the smoothing treatment. And we're going to get to some free gifts here with everybody that you're offering. But also, what about the aftercare? How do people maintain shiny, beautiful hair like what you have after they've had a treatment?
That I'm glad you brought this up, because the client has just spent many hours in the salon, 45 minutes to 2 hours in the salon. They've invested money to have beautiful, shiny hair. You really shouldn't be going home and using something that you have purchased that does not contain the correct ingredients. You need to have proper maintenance. Proper maintenance for a smoothing treatment like Cezanne includes the correct shampoo and conditioner right out of the gate. The shampoos and conditioners need to be sulfate-free, sodium-free, because both sodium and sulfate can really be an irritant, and they can be corrosive to the cuticle layer of the hair. And the cuticle is an outside layer that reflects light and shine. So we need to make sure we're using the proper aftercare. Now, Cezanne, we've spent a lot of time, researching, looking for ingredients, and working with our chemists to make sure that our aftercare does have similar ingredients that are in the actual professional service. So we talked earlier about keratin, and we talked about Ceracin, which is silk. In all of the Cezanne aftercare, it has the Ceracin and it has the keratin to help preserve the life of your treatment. So every time you're shampooing, you should be using the proper aftercare with Cezanne. But you know what? We have a full range. We have shampoos and conditioners. We have Ultimate Blonde shampoo and conditioner for someone who wants to have a cool blonde and wants to follow with the Ultimate Blonde. But we also have heat protectors that also have Ceracin and keratin, and also hydrogenated castor oil, which has been scientifically engineered to seal the cuticle. So imagine being able to use a heat protectant that's going to help seal the cuticle as well. We have an amazing lightweight blowout cream that also has keratin, Ceracin. It also has shea butter. We have a at-home mask that is called Reboot that will actually hydrate the hair. It's like this big drink of water, a hydrator, moisturizer on steroids. So for someone that has dry hair is going to attract moisture from the air, and that's what causes frizz. So if we can fill the hair shaft with lots of moisture and hydrate it, right, there's less chance of frizz. So we have the masks. We have a root blast, which gives incredible lift to the hair without adding any weight. We have a great hairspray as well that does not have any phthalates. Phthalates are a plastic that can actually coat the hair shaft. We do not use any phthalates, no parabens, there's no gluten in any of our aftercare. So once again, we're talking about a lifestyle, right? Someone who's caring to put on their hair. So we do not include any of the not so good stuff.
Yeah.
And only good stuff.
Yeah, perfect. So we have a question here, and the question is if I have this smoothing treatment done, when can I color my hair?
You can color immediately after or before the treatment. That's the beauty of it. So depending on what color you're using, whether you're lightening your hair or coloring your hair, you can do it immediately before or after. There's no downtime.
Yeah, that's perfect. Is there a recommendation, if you're lightening the hair, you're chemically altering it. Well, if you're permanently coloring the hair, you're chemically altering it. Will it affect the service if you do it afterwards? Is it better to...
Sorry, when we're lightening the hair, using what a professional would call bleach or a lightener, you are correct. We are changing the hair shaft. So what we recommend is if you're lightening the hair, making it lighter, we would lighten the hair first, and then let's go in, restructure, make the hair super shiny again. So then we would use the treatment after. If we're doing gray coverage, or like the beautiful brunette behind me there, if we're doing deposit color gray coverage, then we're going to treat first to get the hair really super healthy, and then we're going to color afterwards. So it's not going to harm the treatment. It's going to help the hair.
But you could do all that in one service, in one sitting.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, that's fantastic. Yeah. Okay. So there's the real benefit to that as well. Let's get to the gifts.
Okay.
Let's get to the gifts. So we have 3 gift packs, right, that we're going to do. And I'm actually going to post oh, there you go. You got a nice little picture of it here. So there's going to be 3 opportunities for people to be able to get this gift and what we're going to do. Now, if you are listening, we've reserved a couple gifts for you as well. So if you're listening to the audio and not the Facebook Live, and if you go ahead and go to Beauty Inside and Out Radio, it's a group page, Beauty Inside and Out Radio show, then you jump onto my group page, I'm going to make you a member, and I'm going to say the first 2 members that join me on my group page are going to win this, and then I'm going to direct message you and send that information to Kathy so that they can forward these amazing products to you. And for our Facebook fans right now, we have a gift to be able to give away. Is it just one?
No, one for them. So we have a total of 3.
Okay, perfect. So we've got 3 total. So 1 gift right now for a Facebook Live fan. If you type in smooth hair right now, first person to type in smooth hair is going to have an opportunity to get this free gift from Cezanne, which is amazing. And I love the products. I had a chance to pick some of the up when we were at the last show together, and I really like the products. And I like the way that you talked about it, because the keratin and the ingredients that are in your smoothing treatment are also in your products. So you feel like you just keep building the hair up to be its best instead of breaking it down.
Absolutely. And that's exactly the intent, because we want to make it easier. We want you to enjoy and enhance your treatment. So it just makes sense to making sure that you're using the aftercare. If you don't have a treatment, you can still use the aftercare, because it's still going to build the hair. It's going to give great shine. It feels amazing. It'll give you kind of an inkling of what the treatment could actually feel like.
Perfect. All right, we have our winner. Gary has typed in smooth hair. So Gary, we're going to make sure that you get with Kathy, and they're going to be able to send you those products to be able to try and enjoy the smooth hair. But you know, one of the things that Kathy that I like that I wanted to mention, but we ended up going to break, was men. I think this is a really amazing service for men, because they're not necessarily, they don't want to do a lot with their hair, but they get it cut off. And so for them, if they're wearing a little bit of a longer version, they want it manageable.
Absolutely. We do quite a few treatment on men, actually. The Express and the Instant are usually the treatments of choice, because they're a little faster, a little easier.
Well, and they got shorter hair and they're coming in more often for cuts. So for them, I could totally see how that could make it more manageable. So this is a treatment for men, women, and I'm going to say even maybe some of our younger clients, because it's not a chemical service. So if you've got, you know, the preteen or the teenager that is struggling with their hair and they want to fit in, you know, because you know, looking like your peers is very important. So if you have maybe out of control hair and you want to look more like your friends that have that beautiful straight hair, I think this smoothing treatment is a great option for them as well.
Absolutely. We actually do.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Tell us how we can find Cezanne and get more information.
We do have the website. So the website is Cezanne Professional. And if you go to the website, you will be able to find more information about the treatments. You'll be able to find a salon that can do the treatment for you, because these are professional treatments only. And so there is a salon locator. Just click on that, put in your zip code, and you'll be able to find a salon that can do this for you, and also be able to get the aftercare. There's also, though, information on ingredients, so that you can, as a very savvy consumer, you can go in, take a look at the ingredients, and just really check it out for yourself. We're also on Instagram at hashtag Cezanne Professional, Cezanne Hair. And you go there and you'll see lots of before and afters. You'll be able to find stylists all across the country, and actually the globe, that's using Cezanne right now.
And it's Cezanne.
Correct.
Yes. Like the artist.
Yes, absolutely, the artist.
Like the artist, creating the perfect canvas for your hair. Thank you, Kathy, for joining us today. And you guys go to the website, find the salon that's going to be able to provide this service. I want everyone to have beautiful, manageable hair out there, and that we don't need to be fighting with it or spending any more time that we need to on it. And then don't forget to join us next week, because next week we have an encore presentation with Candy Shaw from Sunlight's Balayage. So she is the infamous Bali Lama, as we call her. And we had her on the show last year. But I'm bringing her back for an encore presentation because she is the ultimate in brand awareness. And if you're interested in that balayage service, and I'm going to say the smoothing treatment and a balayage service, beautiful combination, because you want smooth, luxurious, full hair to be able to showcase that balayage treatment. So be sure to listen to that. And as always, you can join me on Facebook. I am #BeaUty_Inside_and_Out_show. If you're interested in being a guest, you can email me, Bonnie@BonnieBonadeo.com, or go to my website, Bonnie Bonadeo, and there's an opportunity for you to set up an appointment so we can talk about some guest opportunities with you as well. And I'd like to close out the show, as I always do, to remember to be you in beauty. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, Bonnie.
All clear.
Thank you.
Well, that was fun.
It was fun. I'm gonna send you some stuff tomorrow so that you can continue to keep promoting it. Okay?
Perfect. That's brilliant. You make it so easy. You really do. Thank you. It's always so nerve-wracking.